Yo!
Women who lived in the shadows. They were known as Kunoichi. The untold stories of these female ninjas, hidden in the history of espionage, are about to be revealed. Female ninjas, known as Kunoichi, infiltrate enemy territories and perform covert operations just like their male counterparts. Kunoichi have appeared in numerous novels, movies, TV dramas, and manga, gaining significant popularity over time. The term kunoichi originates from breaking down the Japanese kanji for woman into its component strokes, ku, no, and ichi. Originally, it was a slang term used to refer to women. However, it wasn't until after World War II that the term became widely recognized as a designation for female ninjas. Starting in the 1960s, female ninjas began to feature prominently in many works of fiction, and the use of kunoichi as synonymous with female ninja became more common. There is a theory that the widespread adoption of this usage was greatly influenced by the Ninpacho Ninja Scroll series by author Yamada Fūtarō, 1922-2001. So, did kunoichi actually exist? While the topic leans more toward legend, it is said that Takeda Shingen, a famous warlord, organized a group of kunoichi. The exact timeline of when figures referred to as kunoichi began, their activities remains unclear, but during the Sengoku period, when ninjutsu was said to have been perfected, many feudal lords employed ninjas as spies and agents. Takeda Shingen, a warlord from Kai province, is known to have gathered and organized a group of kunoichi from wandering people known as Aruki miko, traveling shrine maidens. Originally, Aruki miko, traveling shrine maidens, referred to shrine maidens who did not belong to a specific shrine, but traveled across the country, performing prayers and divinations takusen to make a living. At the time, such shrine maidens existed throughout Japan and were known by various names, including Manichi, Manchi, Izuna, Toridi, and Yakami Shu. Among these, some well-known and distinctive types of shrine maidens included the Azusa Miko, who were commonly found in the Kanto and Tokai regions, and used an Azusa Yumi, a bow made from catalpa wood, in their rituals. Another example was the Kumano Bikuni, who used illustrated scrolls to convey the afterlife concepts of hell and paradise to the common people. Aruki miko were said to travel from village to village and announcing, "Would you like to hear the words of the gods from a shrine maiden?" They would practice kuchios, spirit mediumship, summoning spirits and acting as a medium for the dead to speak. Some of these shrine maidens not only performed sacred rituals, but also worked as traveling entertainers or even courtesans, leading to their association with the image of courtesans. Additionally, as shrine maidens were not considered sacred figures, they were forbidden from consuming meat. It was Takeda Shingen who recognized the potential of Aruki miko, traveling shrine maidens, as ninjas. Takeda Shingen trained these Aruki miko in the art of espionage and intelligence gathering, equipping them with ninja skills. He then stationed them across the country to gather information on the political and military situations in various regions. Aruki miko, traveling shrine maidens, due to their profession of traveling from place to place, were uniquely able to move freely, even during the Sengoku period, a time when the movement of ordinary people was heavily restricted. Their ability to visit any part of the country without arousing suspicion and seamlessly blend into their surroundings was one of their key characteristics. The ninja disguise technique known as shichihode, 7 ways of disguise, involved the development of skills to impersonate professions that allowed for inconspicuous travel through foreign regions. These disguises included merchants, hokashi, street performers, monks, common Buddhist clergy, kamuso, Zen monks wearing deep woven hats, yamabushi, mountain ascetics, Sarugakushi, no performers, and Tsune no Kata, ordinary people. In this context, Aruki miko, traveling shrine maidens, represent a unique and reversed concept in ninja methodology. Rather than ninjas disguising themselves as individuals and professions, that allowed for easy wandering. Aruki miko were people already in such professions who were trained and transformed into ninjas. This innovative approach gave rise to a new form of ninja activity. Takeda Shingen established a training dojo named Kai Shinano Mikoto, Shrine Maiden Path of Kai and Shinano, in Nezu Village, Chisagata District, Shinano Province, present-day Tomi City, Nagano Prefecture, to train many Kunoichi who were Aruki miko, traveling shrine maidens. He gathered orphaned or abandoned or lost girls, children with no family ties, affected by the turmoil of war, and selected those with exceptional beauty and intelligence. These girls were taught the skills necessary to become shrine maidens, as well as the intelligence-gathering knowledge and techniques required to work as Aruki miko. They also received basic education, such as reading and writing, to ensure their effectiveness in their roles. In intelligence activities, girls with good looks and quick wits were considered especially valuable and were highly sought after. It is said that many shrine maidens were trained at the dojo until the Meiji period. Even today, the Nezu district of Tomi City remains renowned as the #1 shrine maiden village in Japan. In the Nezu district, in front of an elementary school, there is an old grave marker accompanied by a wooden monument that reads, "The resting place of shrine maidens." The leader who oversaw the Aruki miko, traveling shrine maidens, was known as the Mikogashira, head of shrine maidens, and this role is attributed to Mochizuki Chiyome. Mochizuki Chiyome is said to have been the wife of Mochizuki Moritoki, the lord of Mochizuki Castle, located in Saku City, Nagano Prefecture. After Mochizuki Moritoki, a retainer of Takeda Shingen, was killed in action during the Fourth Battle of Kawanakajima in 1561, Iroku IV. Mochizuki Chiyome is believed to have been appointed as the Mikogashira, head of shrine maidens. The Mochizuki family had long been connected to ninjas, with one of its branches becoming the head family of the Koga Gojusen-kei, the 53 families of Koga ninjas. Mochizuki Chiyome herself was from the Shigeno family, the main lineage of the Mochizuki family. In other words, Mochizuki Chiyome was born into the main family that later became the head of the Koga Gojusen-kei. One reason Takeda Shingen may have appointed her as the Mikogashira, head of shrine maidens, could have been her distinguished lineage. Mochizuki Chiyome is said to have been involved not only in training the Aruki miko, traveling shrine maidens, but also in managing their deployment to various regions across the country once they were fully trained. The Aruki miko, traveling shrine maidens, traveled in groups, led by a male overseer known as the Shinji Mai Dayu, master of sacred ritual dance. Each group, consisting of several Aruki miko, dispersed to various regions, performing sacred rituals while simultaneously engaging in intelligence-gathering activities as kunoichi. The Shinji Mai Dayu not only fulfilled the role of leader, but also carried essential supplies for the journey and arranged accommodations for the group. Additionally, he served as the group's protector, acting as a bodyguard for the women. It is believed that his responsibilities extended to those of a modern-day manager, ensuring the group's overall safety and smooth operation during their travels. In addition to intelligence gathering, the groups engaged in various other tasks during their travels. They exchanged letters with other dispersed groups to share updates on their respective situations and identified girls in the regions they visited who displayed the potential and appearance to become Aruki miko. These girls were recruited and trained as kunoichi. However, it is said that some miko fell in love with men they met during their journeys and eloped, abandoning their roles. While some shrine maidens operated in groups as Aruki miko, there were also those who worked alone, concealing their identities. These shrine maidens would infiltrate enemy estates by posing as maidservants, live-in workers who performed household tasks, working there for extended periods, while gathering valuable information. Many of these maidens were engaged in missions that were the very essence of Kunoichi operations. By maintaining long-term infiltration, Kunoichi were able to gain the trust of their targets and extract critical information. In some cases, they even managed to turn individuals within enemy territory into allies, coordinating with Takeda forces to betray their own from the inside and facilitate the enemy's downfall. The concept of Aruki miko, traveling shrine maidens, as Kunoichi was made possible by the strategic genius of Takeda Shingen. Next, we should turn our attention to the writings in Mansen Shukai. In Volume 8 of Mansen Shukai, there is a reference to the Kunoichi no Jutsu, the art of Kunoichi. This refers to a technique used in situations where it was difficult for men to infiltrate enemy territory. It mentions a character composed of 3 strokes as one, kunoyi, kunoichi, which implies the use of women as substitutes for infiltration. However, this does not specifically describe female ninjas, but rather a technique involving the use of women for such purposes. Among the techniques of ninjutsu, there was a method known as Jinton Jippo, the 10 methods of human disguise. Ninjas engaged primarily in intelligence. Activities were highly skilled in the art of deception, and Jinton Jippo refers to the techniques of using people to deceive their targets. Among these techniques was one called Nyoton, female disguise, a form of ninjutsu where women were sent to approach key figures of the enemy, gain their trust, and extract critical information. This is akin to what is now referred to as a honey trap. According to one theory, this technique itself was referred to as kunoichi. Incidentally, Jinton Jippo refers to a ninjutsu technique that involves using people or animals to evade the enemy. Nanton, male disguise, disguising oneself as a man. Ruten, elderly disguise, disguising oneself as an elderly person. Senten, lowly disguise, disguising oneself as a beggar or someone of low status. Kiton, noble disguise, disguising oneself as a noble or someone of high status. Nyoton, female disguise, disguising oneself as a woman. Yuten, child decoy, using a child as a decoy. Kinton, bird use, utilizing birds such as training them to call in a specific way or having a trained hawk attack. Juten, animal use, utilizing animals such as causing a horse or dog to act wildly to distract the enemy. Chuten, insect use, using insects, snakes, or frogs to startle and distract the enemy by throwing them. Gyoton, fish use, throwing fish at the enemy to distract or disorient them. Unfortunately, there are currently no clear historical records confirming the existence of kunoichi as we imagine them. However, the idea of women engaging in espionage is entirely logical, and it would not be surprising at all if women had been active as ninjas.
Even men are deceived. One glance of her eyes steals hearts unseen. The shadow flower with ninja arts, slicing the breeze. A shadow fleeing like a dream. Oh, Kunoichi, dance through history. Your name, the shadow flower. Traveling shrine maiden, prayers in hand, but she carries secrets across the land. Disguises her true self concealed. She infiltrates the heart of foes, a shadow flower revealed. With ninja arts, slicing the breeze, a shadow fleeting like a dream. Oh, Kunoichi, dance through history. Your name, the shadow flower. The art of the honey trap, luring with bewitching eyes. Sometimes love may bloom, unfeigned and unwise, yet the shadow dances, it cannot rest. Fleeing through the night, its eternal quest, until the moon sinks below the sky. The shadow fleeting like a dream flies. Oh, Kunoichi, living through time, your name, the eternal flow.